I'm Bree. Welcome to my channel. This is Reiki ASMR live on TikTok, and today's session is for divine connection and inspiration. Hey guys. I'm gonna get some music going. Hello, Mellow. Hey, Mary Cat. Hey, Midnight. How you guys doing? I'm doing pretty well. Yay, the notification worked. TikTok's working. That's good. I actually was like sitting on the couch just watching TikToks with my husband, and then all of a sudden I looked at the clock and it was like 8:55. Usually I'm in here and starting to get ready at like 8:45, and then today it's like 8:55. I was like, oh my god. Kind of lost track of time. Hi Kelly. Hey everybody coming in. Yeah, glad to see you guys today. Let me get music. Yes, you caught my live. I just started. I'm getting some music going. So I've been uploading my live TikToks to YouTube, and I forgot that when I've been doing these, I've been playing music off of YouTube during the thing. So when I uploaded it to YouTube, it flagged it as a copyright, not like a strike against me, but just like I can't monetize it. So I'm gonna use the music that I can, hopefully. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, no, not a bad thing. I can't put ads on it, and it puts like a little thing on there because it's somebody else's YouTube video, like duh, of course. So now I pay for music from Chris Collins. He does I pay for his music on all my YouTube videos, so I'll just play my own YouTube videos because that's music I paid for. So everyone set alarms and you're here and the notifications worked. That's fantastic. Thank you. Thank you so much. I do like my plants too. I like this little spot. Oh, I wonder, yeah, I can. Maybe if I can find a Spotify playlist. So it's not so much that the person is doing a copyright strike. It's like YouTube, when I upload a video, it automatically like searches through my thing and sees if somebody else has like uploaded that sound or something. I don't know. It flagged it for 3 different things. I have no idea. So I'll just play the music I paid for. Oh, thank you. And yeah, I'm back. I don't think there's ever going to be any more issues with... Hopefully there's no more issues with that. Yeah, glad everyone's here. Wow, there's so many of you already. Oh my goodness. Okay. So today's session was going to be for kind of divine connection and inspiration so that we can get messages from our guides, our angels, our higher selves, whatever that means to you, and just kind of connect ourselves to that. So pretty much opening up the crown chakra is the thing that we're doing so that we can have those connections and that inspiration, I guess. Divine inspiration is the theme for today. And I'm gonna start with a spray cleanse. I'm gonna use those more often now just because some people don't like smoke or fire, and I wasn't even ever thinking about that. So I'm gonna just use a little bit of spray to kind of cleanse our space. I'm just kind of spraying that sideways. Ooh, it smells good. And just bringing that up and over. Yeah, there's so many of you today. Usually like the first 15-20 minutes is just people filtering in and I kind of bullshit and answer questions, but you guys surprised me today. I also think when a lot of people are hitting the like button or whatever, it puts the video on the TikTok For You page. So that can sometimes bring in people that are not the best. So use that feature with care if you don't want us to have like an overloaded amount of people. So I make this one myself, and it's lavender, cardamom, tangerine, I think, and patchouli. And it really has this nice lower notes of patchouli with the higher notes of like lavender. So it's good. And then it's just like witch hazel and water, so it stays good. And then I usually put a couple crystals in the bottom to help shake it up and add to it. So and then just as instead of using smoke, we're just going to use a little bit of intentional oil spray. Hey Leslie, I'm so glad you're here. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Yeah, and no worries, take care of yourself. I'm also, Leslie, just so you know, I'm uploading my lives to my YouTube now, so in case you ever miss any and want to have them on your own time, I'm starting to try to upload those so people can use them. Thank you. Those are my favorite. Yeah, and I think any kind of spray, as long as you're making it intentionally, could be helpful. I am just getting started, just cleansing through a little bit. It does. That one's one of my favorite, and I don't actually like patchouli that much, but I like it in that spray. Oh, nice. I'm hoping that I can do that this weekend. This one that I'm using today is Sacred Space, and I like that one just as a nice cleanser and kind of laying the groundwork as a place that I want to do something sacred in. So what was I going to use today? I'm actually going to just start with some amethyst. Amethyst is just such a great stone for opening up the crown, opening it up and, kind of receiving those messages. And it's also very protective, I feel. I think that's something that I like about it. It's not like moldavite or something where it's going to blow you open. It's more like soft and gentle and protective. So this is a light piece of amethyst, so it's not too dark, and I like it. It feels with lots of little tiny crystals instead of a big one. So it feels very cleansing. And you're so welcome. Sorry, I'm missing some of chat. There's a lot of you today. So I have a few stones in my shop that are ethically sourced, but they're kind of small. I really don't want to, the crystal market, it can be very exploitive for different countries. So sometimes these are literally stones that have been dug up by children and nobody got paid. And so if I'm going to be part of that market chain, I know that maybe these stones didn't come ethically, and that's kind of terrible. I already feel bad about that. But if I'm going to be part of making money off of the stone, I really want it to be ethically sourced. So I'm looking into finding more of those so that I can offer them for you. But for right now, I just have little ones, little pieces of jasper and some tiny little amethyst bits and stuff like that. So there are a few crystals, but nothing like, they're not pretty. Like this is a gorgeous piece. Yeah, this is a $10 Old Navy shirt, like, speaking of non-ethically sourced things. But it was a $10 Old Navy shirt, and I like it. Yeah, there's a lot of people going around and mass reporting. It's a pretty common issue, not just in Reiki, but just people doing that to normal people that are creating videos. Actually, I have not been to Salem in forever, even though I'm in New England. I don't think I've been to Salem since I was like 16. I would really like to go, especially this time of year. So we're just going to slow that down. Yes, I love New England. Yeah, so I use Insight Timer all of the time, and people are making such beautiful guided meditations. I'm not sure that I can even add to that. Also, I don't know where I'd find the time to add another thing. I am trying very hard to keep up. I do have a Patreon though, so if you're interested in more guided meditations or connecting with our community, we just set up our Discord, and everybody's joining. So you are not late, Red. Welcome. So yeah, we have a Discord server and the Patreon. If you're interested in more, that would be a place to do it. If it is easy to do insight timer, I might look into that, but not right now. No, this is not demonic. It is non-denominational. It's just a healing modality. You can get Reiki in hospitals and different clinics, not demonic. And if you're just joining, this is Reiki, which is an energy healing modality. So it's a way of channeling energy from me, like through the universe to you. And a little bit of ASMR as well to hopefully make you relax, to relieve anxiety and things like that. Oh, I'm glad it's giving you a release. The hand movements that I do are personal to me. They mean, things to me. So you'll see different healers, especially on TikTok and YouTube. And I assume that each one of them has their own way of moving and doing things. But usually there's a lot of sending energy through or cleansing energy out, like that. Drawing energy down and pulling it up. So it's kind of simple, but in general the idea is to just start things moving around so that you can release and hopefully stir up some emotions that have been blocked or different places that have been blocked. And hopefully just as calming. I know that it helps some people sleep, helps some people just release tears. And I'll probably be on to close to 10 o'clock. Usually I do 45-50 minutes. And when you learn Reiki, one of the first things that they talk to you about is consent, and always asking for consent. So I try to do that in my videos. I realize here that on the For You page, it's going to show up for some people, and I'm sorry, I'm not trying to just blast strangers. I really am not. I would hope that you would accept this energy from me to you and just hope you feel better. Does it mean anything when I zone out while watching Reiki videos? No. I think that sometimes we disassociate to just kind of relax, and I do that same thing. It just feels calming. I don't have to think. It's kind of like a meditation, but my eyes are open and I'm watching. It's really nice for me. I didn't fart, but nice. I suppose that's the troll, is to make me say that, right? Yeah, somebody's kids. I have teenagers. It's like, you've got nothing. I'm a mom. Like, it's like I've dealt with it all. Seriously. I'm so sorry to the mods. It seems that we have landed on the For You page. So that's Amethyst, just kind of general opening up crown. When I do private sessions, I almost always start with Amethyst because it's a really good stone to help people let their guard down. Sometimes people's auras is really trying to keep me out almost, and so it's a really good stone to just kind of relax and open up. It's soft, yes, very much so, Chelsea. It's, especially that one, it's a nice soft one. So good for just opening up the crown. And very protective if you're on your spiritual journey. Like, there's literally no stone that I could recommend more than amethyst. And it's really easily available. And it's a lovely stone. What was I going to use after that? And then I have been enjoying this. It's a piece of quartz, but it has, and it's kind of hard to tell, little lines before on every other face. And this is called Starbrary. So it's like library, but star. I find it's really helpful for connecting and getting divine messages and kind of opening us up to hearing from our guides. I use this stone a lot in sessions as well. Yes. Actually, it's not the berry. It's like the brary, like Starbrary, like a library, which just makes it really difficult for me to say. And I think that there's some other sellers may call it different things, but basically it's just that those little lines look like writing. So I am just going to bring that down. Yes. Thank you. Perfect. No, it's really confusing. Thank you. Sorry, I can see comments, but they're going pretty fast, and then I'm also talking, and I have a dumb baby brain, so I'm not so good at doing two things at once. I'm sorry if I'm missing your comments. Is that like Candace? Oh, see? No. That was good though. That was good. I'll give you that one. That was clever enough that I feel like that person deserved that. And if you're looking for less talking, definitely check out my YouTube page. I don't talk during any of those videos, but during my lives, I want to be a little more interactive with the community and answer questions, because I don't want to, so I definitely recommend my YouTube if you're looking for more talking, and I'm sorry if it's distracting. Well, we got 600 people today. And I think we're on like the For You page, so when it gets busy in here, there's more trolls. And it's okay if you like talking or not like talking. I try to cater to everybody. I understand that at different times I want talking versus not talking. So it's not about saying one is better, but just so you know, I would like to be more talkative during these. Oh, how do you accept the energy? So just start by saying I accept the energy, but also just try relaxing your body and seeing if you can feel energy coming in, and open yourself up, which is a hard thing to try to say, but it's also a simple thing to do. I'm not sure how to describe it. But as long as you say I accept, it should be enough. Or just think I accept. You don't have to say it out loud. Yes, you don't want to get all stones wet, especially things like selenite. It will get less sparkly and bits will chip off. Oh, I'm so glad, MJ. I'm glad the session helped. Thank you. Yep, I do my lives on Sundays and Thursdays at 9 p.m. So I want to tell you that this coming Sunday I will not be doing a live. I'm going to be away for the weekend. I'll probably be back by then, but you know, when you get back from being away, I have laundry to do, and you know. Different ways to cleanse stones. You can cleanse with smoke, sprays, but just be careful if certain stones can't get wet. You can do what I just did now, where I spray the general area and then I push it through, because obviously I didn't get spray on my phone. Sunlight and moonlight are really good, but again, sunlight, some stones will, if you leave them in the sunlight like for long periods of time, they will lose. Like I think kunzite will lose its color. Yeah, sunlight, moonlight, just your own. You can use your own, if you know how to do Reiki, you can use Reiki energy. Sound like bells, bowls, singing bowls. Thank you. Yeah, there you're right. You're right. Selenite is self-cleansing, and and honestly, I just kind of cleanse all of them at once. Usually, I use smoke, so I put them all on a tray, and cleanse them all at once. That's awesome. Thank you. I started learning through an online class from Udemy. That's Udemy. It was a really inexpensive class, and it was enough to get me started working on myself, which is what Reiki 1 is for. And you should practice on yourself for a while. But then I did some other courses with friends. Yeah, and I definitely recommend that if you want to work on people, to do local classes so that you can get hands-on. Smoke has been used as a cleansing or kind of a sacred thing for as long as humans have been doing anything. And it does. It fills the air with particles. It actually does cleanse in a way, though it's not good to breathe smoke all the time, obviously, because it is particles in the air that is cleansing. And that's the same way that a spray would work, is because it's just literally putting particles of scent into the air and cleansing in that way by knocking other things out. So, and different cultures may call it different things. Smudging is not an open practice. That is practiced by indigenous peoples. But you can still smoke cleanse. Just smudging is something a little bit slightly different, and it's not an open practice. Yep. Yeah, incense, or something like a bay leaf, or you can have dried herbs. Like you can go get some cedar and dry it out and wrap it into like a little bundle, light that on fire. Obviously, don't burn your house down. Oh, yes. And then, I don't know how to say that, but I did see a TikTok on that the other day. I wish I had saved that, because it was a nice TikTok where she was a Celtic woman describing that practice in a nice way. I'm not currently doing private classes. I've kind of started my Patreon as a place that I think that in the future, if I'm going to do classes, it would be maybe in that context, or that would be the first place I would do it. But no, I'm not doing classes at the moment. Maybe 6 months from now, we'll see where I'm at, but not at the moment. How do crystals work? Thank you for that flower. I think that depends on how you see the world. For me personally, I am an animist, so I believe that everything is alive in some way. Not the same way that humans are alive, but I feel that plants and crystals and rocks all have consciousness, and they communicate just like plants communicate through chemicals by changing your chemical composition, or altering your body or an animal's body. So plants communicate through chemicals. I feel like stones communicate through vibrations, and that's how they work to me. Yes, everything is really, really alive. Like everything is alive and communicating with us and trying to communicate with us. So that's how I think crystals work. Some people like to think of them as they just exert energy, and everything is energy, as you just said, 369. But that's how I use them. So for me personally, when I get a stone, there's like a literally getting to know this stone itself. And not all of them are as strong or as personal to me. There's definitely ones that are my favorite. This is one of my favorites for sure. But yeah, so I feel like my piece of amethyst, and I have several pieces of amethyst, and they're all slightly different and for certain different ways. Thank you, Nathan. And I get your TikToks on my feed too. Thank you for your content. Oh, I'm so glad your mother's doing better. That's so lovely, Kiwi. And thank you to anybody that prayed for her mother. That's beautiful. I like that, Ginger. That's nice. So I think everybody has like a slightly different take on how they think crystals work. My best thing to say is get one, hang out with it for a week, and tell me how it works. It's an interesting thing. So I'm gonna actually use. No, I'm gonna use this one actually. I have, and I used this in the last live. Super 7. This is fantastic for opening up the crown, receiving divine messages. It is a large portion of it amethyst, but it's 7 crystals, which I don't remember the names of. I think smoky quartz, regular quartz, whatever. And I'm going to use this one as a bit more of a cleanser and kind of pull out anything that's kind of blocking us or in the way of us receiving. Maybe it's our own doubt in receiving messages from guides or guardians or angels or whoever you work with, ancestors. The watermelon crystal is the ham. That's rhodochrosite, and everyone here calls it ham. But it looks like watermelon. It definitely looks like food. It's funny as everyone thinks it looks like food. And I always use it at the end of my live sessions. It's absolutely one of my favorites. Yes, rhodochrosite. Thank you, Manic. Yeah, this one is, so these are a few of my favorite stones actually tonight. It's going to be a lineup of my favorite stones because they've always feel very buzzy. They're very strong in the crown chakra. Yeah, and third eye, like just really your upper chakras are really what we're targeting tonight. And it may be too much, so I will just do a little bit and then I will. Oh, what is a good stone for stronger third eye work? Celestite can be lovely, a little more gentle. Blue apatite can be, apatite is good. Sometimes I like something a little softer, like Caribbean calcite, or lepidolite can be good if you have a lot of anxiety in the third eye. I like that. But usually blue and purple stones. The ham finale, yes, everyone has, in the ham we trust. What is it? The egg, the hot dog, and somebody will write it. Mary Cat, what is that? I actually don't have any moldavite. I've never come across it or felt that it called to me, so I don't personally have it. Okay. I'm gonna cleanse out too. Just keep pulling. Any of that stuff that we kind of loosened up. There it is. In the name of the ham, the hot dog, and the holy egg. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, moldavite's one of those things that I think I'll come across it and I'll be like, oh, this is the time, this is the moment, and I just haven't in that way. It's one of those stones I want to buy in person for sure, and that's the first thing. My local store has it, it's just in a different case, and I've seen other girls, like a bunch of teenage girls were all over that case, and I was like, do I want to go over there? And nah, I will buy something else. And I did. So, thank you for that, confetti. Nope, sage itself, not so much a close practice. I would be careful of where you get your sage, because sometimes it is harvested in a way, but the act of smudging, like, so using that word smudging, and often it's said with certain prayers, you'll see the shell and the usually like a feather to send it over you. Like, there's some things that are very particular to smudging that are close practice. And white sage is fine to use. You just want to see where it came from and how it was grown, and anything that you're using in a magical context. I think it's really important to see how it is sourced. If you're calling on it to be a sacred object, I think that it should be gotten somehow with care. It should be, grow your own lavender, grow your own sage, like just kitchen sage can be used. And smoke cleanse is totally open. Yeah, local sage, local cedar, there's so many different things that you can burn to do a cleansing. And if you've done smudging in the past, don't worry, just move forward with care. It's not like, I'm not trying to shame anybody, or there's a lot of misinformation and a lot of books that were written in the 70s and 80s that just are saying garbage stuff, so that's all. Yes, mountain rose is actually where I get almost all of my herbs, because they're always ethically sourced, they're usually organic, almost always, you can get different things. So it's fantastic. So this was Super 7. And then I have this is a Seraphinite. I think I'm saying that right, maybe? It's good for connecting with your angelic guides. Really beautiful stone. It looks like little feathery, thank you, little feathery things through it. It's very pretty. One of my favorites. Oops, sorry, my music. Okay. So I'm going to use that again, just really connecting, opening up the crown, connecting with our guides. Yes. And some books are not going to understand. Some people just are not. So just be careful and just do your own research. Use discernment. That's all. It's not, I don't really care for, I think that right now the topic of close practices is really delicate and kind of getting a little gross, because people are using it as a way to feel superior and shame people that really just read a book and got some misinformation. Like, it's not about, I don't know, we need to take care of each other better. It's the witch community is small, and we don't have an overarching head, it's an open kind of thing, so we need to be just a little kinder. If you are guided to the stone, I highly recommend it. This is one of my favorite stones, but I almost never use it in private practice. I usually keep this next to my bed. Yes, Seraphinite, it's like basically like the angels, seraphim, but with the "ite" on the end. So very much an angelic stone. You're welcome, Judy. Or is that a trick again? What is the main point of meditation, healing, and spiritual things? To live well, to live with purpose and presence, and to have a story. That is personally what I think. Meditation helps me find stillness and silence, which I think is, I'm not sure how to describe that. I heard it once as the kingdom of God, and I think that's very true. That moment of stillness when you're so quiet and you feel just this, your center being, and you can actually just feel your self, and I think that's divinity within us. And so for me, meditation is always trying to come home to that stillness in myself. yeah, stillness is where peace resides. It's a beautiful feeling. But people can use their spiritual practices for all kinds of things: empowerment, confidence, healing, emptying your cup. I like that. I'm glad you feel safe. Confidence, yeah. Certain stones or certain energies might move around energy more and cause release. So maybe you didn't feel a release with one of those other stones, but this one you do. That's just, it hit you somewhere different, that's all. I'm sorry, I hope you feel better. They have some idea to how to get you feeling better. I highly recommend taking a Reiki 1 class because it's just about working on yourself, and it's just some real basic energy practices, which I think everybody can do and everybody can use. I'm not saying that everybody should be a Reiki healer as a job, but definitely learn to move your own energy around. Or take on something like Tai Chi. There's a lot of internal energy practices in... So I've been doing a few of those, like Chinese Taoist practices that are really interesting. I would agree with that. Yeah, I'm kind of holding on to my day job just because I talk to people there, and if I was just home alone, maybe that would not be good for me, because I've done that before as a stay-at-home mom, and it was not good for my brain to not see people. Reiki 2 starts to add in, usually, and it may vary from thing to thing, but usually Reiki 2 starts to be working on different people, and you learn the few symbols depending on which form of Reiki. So Usui Reiki, which usually just kind of the standard one, you'll learn like the different Reiki symbols. My children are teenagers. They're 18 and 16. Thank you. Thank you for that gift. And thank you for anybody that's given gifts while I was chatting. I'm sorry. I very much appreciate you. Thank you. There are different kinds of Reiki. Usually what's offered is Usui, I think Tanran or something, which has more of the Reiki symbols, is pretty popular too. There's a bunch of different ones, but don't worry about choosing the right one. Just learn whatever's available to you, and then you can add. Because once you have kind of any of the different Reiki branches are basically going to teach you the base Reiki that you need. So take that class and then you can add on. Rose quartz is very loving. It's good for self-love, opening up the heart space very gently. It's a wonderful stone. I like that. The right modality will come to you. I like that. The best stones for overthinking, I like just like like howlite or lepidolite or moonstone. They all feel very calming mentally for me personally. Or you could go to a local crystal store and choose the one that makes you feel calm too. Sometimes a different stone will work for different people differently. Different. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that so many times. It will depend on your class as to whether they'll allow you to come into Reiki 2. In my experience, the classes were not super, like, they didn't seem to care. It only seems to be like when you're doing maybe a master or master teacher class that they care and want to see your other certifications. No, not really. My kids are not very interested in Reiki. They like crystals, a little bit of astrology here and there, a little teeny bit of witchy stuff, but no. For me, I don't really push any of that stuff on my kids. I think it's better that it comes about on its own, and they will probably come to some sort of spiritual something in their late 20s, like most people. You'll want to look for a store. I know there's one on Etsy that everything is ethically sourced. They're not usually lying because most people don't even think about it. I'll be quite honest. If they're just trying to sell crystals and they're trying to tell you how magical they are. Somebody that's talking about ethically sourced crystals actually cares, and I've only come across a very few sellers that actually do it. So, no. I am absolutely not always calm. Like, that is I try to keep an even tone. Well, for one, I'm channeling Reiki, so channeling kind of keeps me, it's like almost like meditating, where I'm feeling like here. But no, I'm not always calm. I've actually had like this crazy saga with FedEx this week, where they have had my package at the local facility for 6 days, but they haven't delivered it, and it just gets put on the truck every day, and then they just drive it back to the facility. So every day it's like, your package is out for delivery, and I'm so excited to get my package, and then it just goes back. And I'll tell you what, yesterday I could have breathed fire. I was so angry about that. So no, I am not always calm. I can kind of laugh about it now, but yesterday, I was so angry about that. I called FedEx. I tweeted at FedEx. I was so pissed. Any healer or teacher or guru or whatever that tries to tell you that they are never, that they're always calm, or that they never have any problems and that they just manifested everything, they're lying. They're absolutely lying. I'm sorry. Yeah, I tweeted at FedEx. And you know what's funny? So my tweet at FedEx, and they tweeted back, and they answered and helped me. Well, they didn't help me because my package is still not here. But then other people came out and were just talking shit about FedEx. Apparently, I don't really get too many packages through FedEx, but apparently they are the worst shipper. And what is in that package? It is my pressure washer. So I could pressure wash the outside of my house and live my very best, have my shit together life. Like, I want to have my house look perfect from the outside. I'll be out there with my pressure washer, doing cool, like, you know, normal people stuff. I feel like it's very satisfying because there's a lot of mildew on my lower vinyl siding. That sounds very satisfying to just get that all off my house. So I was so excited for this, like, super, what I think of as like a dad tool. I even have my pressure washer soap sitting in my hallway. The whole side of the box was open. Oh god. Yeah, see, this is like, I guess I didn't know this about FedEx, but everybody has like a bad FedEx story. I'm so used to USPS. Yes, satisfying pressure washing. I definitely would check out Mountain Rose Herbs. I don't know if they have Palo Santo, but all of their herbs, they'll tell you where they got them, how they got them, if they were sustainable, who harvested them. They had some, I think it was like ginkgo or something that I ordered from them that you're not supposed to ever order because it's terribly over farmed. But they had like a whole article about how they sent the guy over to China and he inspected the herb farm, and it just was so extra and so just trying to make sure that these things are done right. My only complaint about Mountain Rose Herbs is if you want something around Christmas, order it now. If you're planning to make people lovely little salves or something herbal for Christmas, order your supplies now. Do not wait till November. You're not getting that package. They are a smaller business, and they're not overworking their people. So take some time. Yeah. See, that's like the one redeeming story for FedEx, though, is I think about, the package with this is such bad advertising, but the package with the wings and that he delivers finally at the end, and Wilson, like it's false advertising. But their plane did crash, so I guess maybe that's true. Okay. All right, where am I at? I'm going to use my Rhodochrosite and then some brushing. So that was Seraphinite. Hopefully somebody can write it in the thing. But basically, like Seraphim, the angels, the order of angels, but with the ite on the end. It is very good for divine connection, connecting to your holy guardian angel is what I bought it for. So this is Rhodochrosite, or as everybody is saying in the chat, ham, watermelon, whatever you want to call it. So lovely for your heart space, very buzzy. Like I said, a lot of stones hit me up here, but this is one of those ones that really hits me in my chest space, kind of opening, heart opening, self-love, that kind of thing. I like to close that out because of anything that we cleansed out during the session, I want to bring in something good, to replace it. So after we cleanse, you want to intentionally bring in whatever it is to replace it. Protection, blessing, whatever. But this, just lovely heart space stuff. And it does look like ham. I do have a video actually about my stones where I just go through my tray of stones. It's on my YouTube video. Oops, click the thing. That is on my YouTube video, and you can find my YouTube channel in my bio. So I go through just a bunch of stones and why I like them and my general impressions of them. I will be trying to do a lot more informational content on my TikTok, like what stones for anxiety and a few of those, but I will say that in general, the algorithm on TikTok is very odd, so when I do a video like that isn't just Reiki healing, it goes nowhere. So if you're ever thinking, wow, does she make any other content, go scroll my feed. I haven't been doing it recently because it just goes nowhere, but I'm gonna try to push that a little bit more, maybe make a playlist or something. Well, that's a nice question. Do stones ever stop working? And if so, why? No, but I've definitely felt like I needed certain stones at certain periods in my life, and then I really never needed them again. So I don't feel like it wasn't working. It just was like I didn't need that energy as much anymore. Like I crossed through some sort of transformation, or I learned that lesson and I didn't need it quite so much. That's so funny. I like that. You took his phone. And if you're looking to getting Reiki in person, just kind of search around, see if there's any healers in your area. Like, do they have anything written on their website? Do they have an Instagram? How do you vibe with them? Unfortunately, it's kind of hard because you can't really try them out But if they're Reiki certified, they're gonna do just fine. And it will probably be very relaxing. No, it is not bad you check my page every day to relax. Thank you so much. And I'm glad that it gives you that sort of relaxation. Yeah, and a lot of massage therapists can do Reiki's a pretty easy thing to pick up. Like, it's not super hard, I'm gonna be quite honest. So a lot of people, like massage therapists, like my mom went to massage therapy school and they taught Reiki right in massage therapy school. So therapists can do Reiki, a lot of people can. I think it's just really hard for people to make their living at Reiki, and so that's why you'll see a lot more people can do Reiki than are Reiki healers. And that doesn't necessarily mean that they're not great healers or they couldn't heal. Yeah, see, massage therapist with Reiki training here. Awesome, Amanda. I love that. Hey, Erin. Yeah, it is kind of towards the end, yeah. I did really like your story today on Instagram. Yeah, and massage therapy and Reiki really go hand in hand. I might do a live soon where I just go through my crystals or something instead of doing a healing, but if I'm going to do that, I definitely will schedule it so you know when that is. The Rhodochrosite or the ham is really good for your heart space, so your heart chakra, opening up to self-love, and just also opening up to love in general, loving other people. You know, it's just a really warming, accepting energy. Like, it's not hateful or pushy, it's just loving. I don't know. Calming heart energy, I like that. Yeah, actually I might have an anxiety video this weekend, so. But there's tons of anxiety videos in my feed, and I have playlists, so if you're looking, just go to my TikTok page. There'll be one at the top that's like sleep and anxiety. Click that and it'll just take you through almost all of my anxiety videos. And I definitely have an anxiety one on YouTube for sure. Ham knocked your dog out. Yeah, check out my YouTube, because then they're just kind of a much deeper session where we're more like my lives, honestly, where we're going through several stones with some sort of overarching intention of release and calling in. And thank you. I'm so glad you like my background, because it kind of is new and I like it. I think that I have a physical healing video on my YouTube, I'm pretty sure. I don't take the energy into my body. I'm helping you release your own energy. So, and if any is coming through, what my intention is to ground it out. So I'm not taking on your bad energy, so feel free to release it. Don't worry about other people. Just let it go. I'm gonna do some brushing. Good, and good luck with your surgery. It goes into, so where does bad energy go when I'm grounding it? It goes into the earth to be transmuted, to be filtered out, like everything else. Yep, grounding it. Compost, yeah. I don't, so TikTok is pretty buggy, especially with all the live features. I'm part of a TikTok partnership thing where they're testing out newer live features, like that scheduling thing is kind of something they've only given to a few creators, and it is really buggy, to be quite honest. Sometimes it'll just show people like the wrong date, or it will change the date completely. So I'm sorry about that. But I'm always live right at 9 p.m. almost always, so if you just set another timer, maybe that will help. Except for this Sunday, I'm not going to be live this next Sunday. But I will be live the Thursday after. If you're looking to cleanse energy, and what is that for? We get a lot of stuff that we let stick to us. We let our own thoughts, even, not necessarily even energy from other people. We will, it's just about cleansing out energy that we don't, unwanted energy, not necessarily negativity, but maybe anxiety, fear, depression, those kind of things. It's hopefully helping you to move that energy, move those emotions around so that you can process and release them and let them go. And I have lots of videos if you're looking for cleaning of auras. There's so many. I do one a week on aura brushing. In my YouTube, I just did a 30-minute video on aura brushing. It's incredibly popular. It's one of my better videos. And that was just like a couple weeks ago. I am in Vermont. And the brushing in general is, to me, a little bit of like, literally like brushing through your aura, or brushing through, imagine like your hair. So it's just kind of fluffing it up, and when you're doing that, you're getting out tangles, you're releasing anything that might be stuck in it, and it's just kind of fluffy too, feels relaxing, so it's kind of a 3-part thing. And your aura is the part kind of, right off your body, like right here. Kind of coats around it. And you have many layers, but usually the most sensitive part is like 3 to 4 inches off of your skin, kind of sitting there. And you can definitely, if you get good at energy work, you can get good at pushing your aura out or contracting it in. And that is just kind of like pulling through that outer energy field. And usually I like to do it towards the end because it's kind of like blow drying your hair after a haircut. It just feels nice. It feels like it kind of is the icing on the cake. And it loosens up anything we might have missed in the earlier part of the session. I'm actually just going to do like a little protective bubble. I feel like we've given you some good energy, and I just want to kind of keep it and seal it in. Yes, thank you. Have a good night. And no worries, you can just go too. Oh, thank you. These nails are so trashed. When my pressure washer didn't show up, I like scrubbed my bathroom and kitchen floors with a deep clean. And so my nails are pretty trash this week. Rhodochrosite is a good stone. I don't know how else. The second she put it in my hands, I was like, oof, yeah, I'm buying that stone. It's very lovely. Okay, I'm gonna kind of go around. And hopefully this will keep you nice and kind of sealed in with your little healthy protective energy bubble. And maybe you'll have some messages from your guides this week on some direction. Okay. Perfect. I think you guys are in much better shape. Thank you very much for that. thank you so much for everybody that has given gifts. I really appreciate you, and thank you so much to my Patreons. You guys are amazing, and if anybody is interested in doing something a little bit more or supporting me a little bit more deeply, I really appreciate if you join our Patreon, and everyone that's given gifts, private sessions, people have liked and shared and commented. It's not just about money, it's your support in those ways too. I really appreciate them, and I want to make sure that this is not like I need to take your money from you. I want you to be well. I want you to be healthy, happier people. That's the real reward from this. But I really appreciate liking and commenting my videos, because we can get them in front of more people too. So that is just as important as the people that give tips. I appreciate all those things. So I just hit 1 million likes on TikTok, and I can't even tell you how, sorry, I'm just gonna spend like 5 minutes just like praising you all, but I just can't even explain how beautiful you guys all are and how much I really do appreciate that. So thank you so much, and thank you for everybody that shows up. If you want more, everything is linked in my bio, my YouTube, my private sessions, my Patreon, my tip jars, my store with candles and stone. So all of that stuff is always linked to my bio. And thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful week. I will not be live on Sunday, but I will see you the following Thursday, and there'll be TikToks in between. Thanks. Have a great night. You guys are beautiful.